Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome the board members and guests to the Wednesday, May 27th, 2020 meeting of the South Placer Regional Transportation Authority. We're conducting this meeting via teleconference under Executive Order N-29-20, approved by Governor Newsom on March 17th, 2020. We appreciate your participation and patience with this technology, as I'm experiencing. A recording of this meeting will be posted to our website after the meeting. Okay, as far as public comment, there will be multiple opportunities throughout this meeting for public comment. When I open an item up for public comment, please use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to make a public comment on this item. If you are joining the webinar on your computer, you can do so by clicking the raised hand button on the middle bottom of the Zoom webinar window. If you are joining over the phone, you can do so by pressing *9. SPRTA staff will then call out individuals who have raised their hand, giving them permission to speak one by one. When you are called, please state your full name and city of residence. You will then have a maximum of 3 minutes to provide your public comment, and SPRTA staff will notify you when your 3 minutes are up. If you've experienced technical difficulties and are unable to provide your public comment, please email your comment to Solvi Sabal, our clerk at sabol@pctpa.net. Because this meeting is being conducted via teleconference, all votes will be roll call votes. Board members, we ask that you state your name prior to making the motion or seconding the motion for the record. Once an item has been moved and seconded, I will request the clerk call the roll by vote. Thank you. Give me just a second here. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and do the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
Dr. Allard, if you hang up your phone, I do believe you're joined via the computer.
There. Okay. I just haven't joined my photo yet. Sorry, folks. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to roll call.
Allard?
Here.
Broadway?
Here.
Joyner?
Here.
Euler?
Here.
All right. Item C is approval of minutes of the May 22nd, 2019 SPRTA meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
Yeah, this is Ken Broadway. I move approval.
Euler, second.
It's been moved and seconded. We need a roll call vote on this.
Allard?
Yes.
Broadway?
Yes.
Joyner?
Yes.
Euler?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to item D, agenda review. You have your agenda before you. Is there any desire to make any changes to the agenda as presented?
No.
Hearing none, we'll move on to public comment. Do we have any public comment at this time?
Mr. Chair, I'm seeing no public comment at this time.
Kathleen, I think you might be muted. Do we have any public comment?
Mr. Chair, I'm seeing no public comment at this time.
Okay, I'll close public comment and we'll move on to the consent calendar. These items are expected to be routine and non-controversial. They'll be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Any board member, staff member, or interested citizen may request an item be removed from the consent calendar for discussion. Does anyone wish to remove an item from the consent calendar? There is only one.
No.
Anyone from the public?
Mr. Chair, none from the public at this time.
Move
Okay, is there a
consent.
motion? Is there a
Euler
motion
moves
to approve the
consent.
consent calendar?
Yeah, Euler move consent.
Okay.
Joyner second. Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar as presented. We have a roll call, please.
Allard?
Yes.
Broadway?
Yes.
Joyner?
Yes.
Mueller.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We're going to go ahead and move on to item G, which is our public hearing on the South Placer Regional Transportation and Air Quality Mitigation Fee Program Inflationary Adjustment for 2020.
Members of the board, this is Luke McNeil-Caird with SPRTA staff. Each year we conduct an annual inflation adjustment for the Regional Transportation and Air Quality Mitigation Fee. There was a comprehensive update in 2014 that took into account changes in construction costs, and since then an annual inflation has been approved each year. The inflation adjustment for 2020 is 2.88% as shown in attachment 1, and if the board approves, it would go into effect on July 1st, 2020. The inflation adjustment, of course, assures that we can collect enough funds to build the projects. We did release a notice in the local newspaper, and we are requesting the board to hold a public hearing. Approval of the attached resolution 20-02 requires a unanimous vote of the SPRTA board. The technical advisory committee has concurred. However, Placer County staff mentioned that county fee increases, including the SPRTA Tier 2 fee, are being delayed a couple months, and we received a similar request from the North State Building Industry Association, and I believe Jeff Short will speak during the public hearing. Given this, the board may desire to open the public hearing and continue the hearing to the next SPRTA board meeting. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Luke. Are there any questions for Luke at this time?
No questions.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open this item up for public comment. Does anyone from the public wish to comment on this item?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Jeff Short wishes to comment on this item.
Okay.
Jeff Short, you are unmuted.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to comment. I've made this request of several of your jurisdictions, primary jurisdictions as well. We're not asking you to not do the regular increase. This is in normal times, not a request that we would make of you. We understand the importance, but given that these are not normal times, we are asking to put a delay to the increase of these fees temporarily. We are encouraged by the economic data that we're getting from recent months in the home building industry. We believe that the industry will be back on its feet quickly. It will be a leading indicator on the recovery. So anything that your board could do to delay this by even just a month or a couple of months would be a huge benefit to getting that getting the industry back on its feet and leading the way for others as well. So again, thank you for the opportunity to comment.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Is there any other public comment?
I'm seeing none at this time, but I'd just like to remind members of the public to indicate that you'd like to make a comment on an item. Please raise your hand by clicking the raise hand button or by dialing *9 on your phone. Okay, doesn't look like anybody's taking the bait there.
Okay, all right. So we'll close public comment and bring it back to the board. Board, further questions, comments, deliberation?
So more an exploration. Luke, were you suggesting we leave the public comment open and continue to the next meeting?
That'd be my suggestion. We open the public hearing, we heard public comment, and we'll just continue it to the next time we meet.
So we should not close public comment in this meeting. We should leave it open and continue to a future date.
That would be the action, if so desired.
And Mr. Chair, just for public noticing requirements, this is Deanne Gillick. I would just recommend that it's continued to a date certain. So the specific date of the next June meeting should be specified.
And what is that date?
So do we have it June?
It's June 24th.
June 24th? I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, so just for clarification, so what we're doing is we're continuing public comment or public hearing until the next meeting, which is June 24th. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Ballard,
Yes.
Broadway,
Yes.
Joyner,
Yes.
Mueller.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We'll move on to item H, Regional Transportation and Air Quality Mitigation Fee Allocation Request for Highway 65 widening.
I have this item also.
Okay.
So in March of 2018, both state and federal environmental document were certified for the Highway 65 widening project, which includes widening Highway 65 to 6 lanes between Interstate 80 and Blue Oaks Boulevard, and an auxiliary lane between interchanges all the way to Lincoln. In August of 2017 and April of 2019, the SPRTA board allocated a combined $3 million for design and environmental mitigation to create a shovel-ready Phase 1 project on southbound Highway 65, including an auxiliary lane between Pleasant Grove Boulevard and Galleria Boulevard. Staff were proposing to combine just a portion of the Highway 65 widening, the auxiliary lane, with the newly proposed Lincoln to Sacramento commuter bus project to submit an application for the Senate Bill 1 local partnership program due next month. The requested allocation of $2 million in Resolution 20-03 would be used as required match to secure $2.2 million in state funding to purchase 3 new commuter buses. The Phase 1 project also includes a 3rd lane on southbound Highway 65, which would not be funded through this proposal, and that would really require a local transportation revenue source to begin construction. Staff is also requesting board action in Resolution 20-04 that the Lincoln to Sacramento commuter bus project is exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act. The SPRTA TAC has concurred with both board actions, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Luke. Does the board have any questions for Luke at this time?
No.
No.
Okay, seeing none, I'll go ahead and open this item for public comment. Does anyone from the public wish to comment on this item?
Mr. Chair, there is no request for public comment at this time.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close public comment and bring it back to the board for any further questions, comments, or deliberations.
I move adoption of the resolutions to 20-03 and 20-04.
Second, Joyner.
Broadway.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Allard,
Yes.
Broadway,
Yes.
Joyner,
Yes.
Euler.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to Executive Director's report. Mike?
I have nothing at this time. We handled it in the PCTPA board meeting. Given the lateness of the hour this morning, I will forego any comment, but would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Okay, any questions for Mike?
I do. How'd the item go that I had to step out of?
The item was denied.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, other questions for Mike?
Nope.
Okay, we'll move on to item K, board direction to staff. Any board
Have none.
direction at this
Have
time? I would just
Nope.
like to raise an issue. I'd be interested in getting kind of an update on where we are as far as our plans on moving forward with Placer Parkway. I've heard some concerns raised by some of the member agencies. I'd just like to I'd like kind of a update on where things are, make sure we're moving forward as planned and as allowed funding wise. Is that something we could get, Mike?
Absolutely. We will agendize that for the June meeting.
Okay, thank you. Any other board direction? Okay, you had informational items in your packet. Is there anything further to come before this board? Seeing none, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Broadway motion to adjourn.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.